Okay, I'm fascinated by the next two speakers. They are both at the first ripple of the next generation of the green economy and are genuinely at the heart of redefining business. So please welcome to the stage Emmanuel, the Director General and Dean of EDHEC, and Thibaut, the Director General of France Travail. Good to see you. How are you? Okay, hello. Final fireside session of this session. Can you please introduce yourselves and quick fire, what one thing have you been inspired by ChangeNOW so far? Should we start with you, Emmanuel?
So my name is Emmanuel Metais. I am the Dean of EDHEC Business School. It's a school that I joined 30 years ago, so I've seen quite a lot of students. What struck me the most here at ChangeNOW, when you enter, I'm sure you all saw it, the balloon, the airship, Hygiene, and believe it or not, EDHEC is a shareholder of Hygiene. We have a venture fund for impact startups, and Hygiene is one of our startups. I'm very proud of that. Apart from that, I was in the US 1 month ago, and I can tell you it's really, really, really good to be in such an atmosphere, talking about sustainability, positive business, and so on and so forth. So.
And you must be pretty proud because Virginie was also a student of yours.
Yes, yeah, Virginie.
Please introduce yourself. What one thing you inspired by from ChangeNOW so far?
Yes, I'm in charge of France Travail. So I'm not used to speaking English. I'm not used to do this, but what is very inspiring here is that there is a lot of startups and companies which are bringing future employment to the society. And so France Travail is here to help all job seekers to find all the opportunities on the job market. And here in this festival, in this place, we can find that there is a lot of opportunities that we have to bring to all the job seekers in France.
Brilliant. Without a margin, you have no mission. That is the terminology that I use a lot. And we need profit, we need growth, we need businesses to operate also within planetary limits. Business has been the problem, but can it also be the solution?
Yes, and we were just talking about that with Thibaut before entering on the stage. I mean, some years ago, people who attended a business school, I mean, the main lesson was the sole goal of a company is to make profit, right? And should you go to a business school now, you probably would not recognize the program, the school. I mean, the goal of a company, of course, is to make profit, but it's also to have a positive impact on society, that's for sure. Now, the mission of the school, the mission of EDHEC, is to make sure that we put business at the service of common good. So how do we make it? I mean, we invest heavily. We have just launched a new strategic plan. We are talking about 300 million euros of investment.
Oh, wow.
And the goal is definitely to put business at the service of common good, whether it is in terms of research or in terms of educating our students who will become leaders tomorrow. So in terms of research, we have just launched a research center on net positive business. So these companies which create profits and at the same time solve humanistic problems. We have invested heavily in climate finance and not only doing research but also proposing tools to the industry. So making sure that investors take into account climate change when they invest. So we provide them with data about physical risks, transition risks. So we talk more and more about climate, and who knows, maybe one day EDHEC will be a climate school. And in terms of education, of course, we provide our students with the knowledge in order to lead the transition. And not only the knowledge, but also the mindset, being ready to transform companies, institutions.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point about mindset. 56,000 employees, over 1,000 sites. That's quite the operation. What's the organization's ultimate mission? And what services do you have to help people find jobs in the sustainability sector?
I think that France Travail has a very big responsibility to help the society and all the inhabitants to succeed in the environmental transition. First of all, we have to we are a company and we have to be an example. So we have, like all the companies here, some goals to achieve. We succeed in getting down 20% of our dioxide on the 8 last years, and within 7 years we have to down from 35% our dioxide carbon, how we say, impact.
Yep.
And so we have our goals, and so we have to work on purchasing, on IT, on all the aspects of our organization to be an exemplary company. The second thing is to help all the sector, and especially mobility, buildings, energy, to get the good skills for the transition, because there is a lot of new jobs, and so we have to help our 7 million people who are in France Travail to get this opportunity, to get the good skills, and to train them to this new opportunity. So it is a big challenge for us and for all the sector in all the country and in the different areas. And the last thing that I want to say is that, in fact, in France Travail, the people are in transition. They are preparing their future. And during this transition, we have to bring them all the opportunity, and with the time they have to open their eyes on the climate change goals, on the skills that they can get, so they will be change makers in their future job. So we have a very big responsibility, and we partnered with a lot of NGOs, with a lot of companies, and if you need it, we are ready to work with all the companies in the country to work on these skills and job goals.
Brilliant. And so you're doing that through training and engagement, through partnerships? Like how are you offering people the ability to understand climate change and the wider ecological transition?
You know, we have a lot of 90% of the job seekers, but all the workers, they are looking for sense in the job. And so we have to bring them some opportunity to, we have some training, 2 tons, I don't know, 2 tons workshop, some workshop on climate change, some workshop where we, that NGOs or training organization brings to our job seekers. So we are a go-to-market, a very good go-to-market to bring this knowledge to all the people which are looking for a job. The second thing is we work with companies, and if they want to recruit, they have also to have a good, the people are looking for the values of the companies, and so we help the companies to show their social values, but also their environmental values. It is very important if they want to be attractive to get some good job seekers. And maybe the last thing is to advise and to work with the companies to analyze the job change. And so we developed a lot of trainings. Last year, it is 1 million people who get trainings and who develop skills through France Travail.
Wow.
So it is a very good tool, very powerful tool, if we use it well to bring the climate change, the energetic transition issues inside our organization.
Love it. Really, really impressive. How do you monitor positive impact in your courses and make sure it's not just a tick box and almost prepare people to go into jobs and actually make a difference when it comes to sustainability?
So, I mean, each year we welcome at EDHEC 10,000 students coming
10,000,
from
wow.
100 countries. So, I mean, we have the opportunity to educate a lot of future managers. Classes, new courses about climate change, about biodiversity, about inclusion, a lot of workshops like Fresco, Fresco of the Future, Desirable Futures, and so on. A lot of workshops with companies, so very concrete workshops, sustainable textile, and so on and so forth, and putting students in very concrete situations in which they have to make a choice between profit and sustainability, and to have to make a good choice. So all in all, I mean, it's everywhere. You put sustainability everywhere. I told you about hygiene. So EDHEC has a strong entrepreneurial ecosystem. We incubate 100 startups a year. We have a specific methodology to incubate sustainable startups. That is to say, startups that from the inception will look for creating profit, but also to solve a problem, a societal problem. And we have an investment fund, a venture fund, through which we invest in responsible and sustainable startups. It's the same for international experience. We have launched the Global Impact Project. The students can spend their international experience abroad, either through an intern, either in a university partner, but also in partnership with an NGO working on a humanitarian project about food, water, education. So, I mean, we just put our students in very concrete situations in which they have really to implement and to act to implement sustainable decisions.
That's an interesting perspective. You might be putting them in a very concrete mindset and an opportunity to get a role. But as we all know, the job market at the moment is pretty tough. I can't imagine what it would be like coming out of college, coming out of university to try and find a job. What's the one thing that we're not talking about when it comes to unemployment at the moment? It's not a simple process in the current market. Maybe you can kick off.
In terms of employment, when you survey the students, which we do every year, 60% of them will tell you that when choosing their first job, sustainability will be the first criteria. So they want to find sustainability in their next position and in the first job. And of course, not all of them want to work in a green job or as a CSR, but for most of them, want to find a CSR component in the job. They can become managers, leaders, entrepreneurs, work for an institution like yours, maybe, and entrepreneurs. But all of them want to find something in relation with CSR. So we educate them in order to fulfill this expectation. For instance, if I take the example of a program we have jointly with École des Mines de Paris, an engineering school here in France, we educate people in climate finance. So it's a master in climate finance. And we educate them on both sides. So sometimes they go for very classical careers, but they know that where they will be, they will have a strong opportunity to change companies, in that case, change banks.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Setting them up to have an expectation is one thing, but ultimately, there are a number of businesses in this hall who can't recruit at the moment just because they aren't financially able to do that. Is there a gap in expectation and I want to work in CSR, but I'm not able to do it? Is that leading to a generation of people who are disappointed?
As far as I know, no, because once again, the young generation is really fond of CSR. And the good news also is that if you ask them, do you trust companies in order to change the world? 97% of them say yes. So I'm not sure they will get discouraged by, what's happening on the other side of the Atlantic. And I think it's probably the other way around. So it's just an encouragement to just do better and continue, keep on moving on sustainability. So I think we have entered a new world, and yeah, maybe for a couple of months, finding a job will be a bit more tricky. But
Yeah.
and in the case of EDHEC, usually people find job in quite a short time. So.
Tell me, what one final piece of advice, what would you give to businesses or people who are in the position to recruit? What information would you give them at this moment in time to help find the next generation of employees a role?
I don't know if there is only one advice. What I can say is that we have a lot of workshop to help what we call the bifurker. You know, the people who come to us and they say, okay, we want to change. Jobs because we don't like jobs which are not good for the planet.
Yeah.
And when we work with them in a few weeks, they can consider the thing differently and doing the same jobs but in a different way. And so they can remain architects, they can remain in energetic fields and so on, but they will do it in a different way. What is good for the individuals must be good for the companies. So the companies have to think on their model, on the way they are doing the things. Everything is not full zero emission, but how you can do it at your best. And when you have authenticity, when you are doing the best, so you will match the motivation of the people. Maybe the second thing, which is very important for me, is that sometimes we think environment and ecological issues without considering social issues. And when we do this, I think that we are going in the wrong way. Because people, they have to, they take all the aspects into consideration. And so the wages, the salary and work conditions, all these aspects are very important. And you have to match the social issues and the environmental issues. And when you do this, so I think you will make companies which will be very more good economic performance on the durability. That's what we see on the companies when they choose, okay, social issues, environmental issues inside their economic model. So we see that the development is better.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, two key takeaways there: progress, not perfection, and search for that, and really recognize the just transition in this journey, not just the environmental space. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. It was absolutely fascinating to find your insight in such brilliant organizations.
Oh, just a final word, if you allow me. We are going to present this afternoon our new center of research on net positive business. So if you're interested, feel free to join. Yeah, thank
Brilliant.
you.
Well, thank you so much. And I hope everybody has a brilliant rest of your Change Now. Enjoy the rest of your Fridays. And thank you again. Let's get a round of applause.